Welcome to Editorial News 24. I am Lutfun Shova and I'll be with you today. For 18 years, Paulomi Debnath has started her day with a kiss from her husband. Ron Hill, on the other hand, ran every single day for over 52 years. But when does a pleasant routine turn into a compulsion? Consider Tom Vickery, a 38 years old triathlon coach from Cambridge. On Friday 18th last year, he found himself on a ferry trip to Billabo. To keep his nearly 4-year daily running streak alive, he rose at 5 a.m. to run up and down the deck. The result? A bizarre record on the exercise app Strava, showing his run in a straight line across the channel thanks to the ferry's movement. This run is just one example of the extreme lengths people to go to maintain a streak. A streak, a simply an unbroken series of actions over time, often recorded and shared through apps. For example, a snap streak on Snapchat shows how many consecutive days two users have exchanged messages. The concept of streaks taps into a primitive part of our psyche, driven by a fear of loss more than the desire for gain. This fear can push people like Vickery to keep their streaks going, even under challenging circumstances. Vickery began his streak during a difficult period in his life. His marriage was falling apart and he needed something stable. When started as a 1-month challenge turned into a 5-year streak. He has run through pandemics, personal upheavals and extreme physical challenges. The streak has become a source of pride and purpose. Through it sometimes lead him to make questionable decisions like running after a 12-hour cycling marathon. While streaks can be motivational, they can also become overwhelming. Apps and social media make it easy to share and celebrate streaks, extending the dopamine hit that comes from achieving them. But when the streak becomes the focus rather than the activity itself, it can lead to negative emotions and compulsive behavior. For some, streaks become an obsession. Alison Nicholson, for example, has a 1,307-day streak on the language learning app Duolingo, even though she admits the daily practice no longer benefits her. Others, like Maya Middlemiss, find their streaks genuinely rewarding. Middlemiss, who has kept a 1,541-day streak on a journaling app, uses it to reflect on her past thoughts and feelings. However, when streaks start to cause anxiety or negatively impact other areas of life, it might be time to resist. According to experts, it's essential to remember that streaks should serve you, not control you. If maintaining a streak feels like a burden rather than a benefit, it may be healthier to let it go. Ultimately, the key is balance. While streaks can provide structure and motivation, they should enhance life, not dominate it. Paulomi Debnath has kept a simple ritual alive for 18 years, sharing a kiss with her husband each morning. Similarly, Ron Hill, a legendary runner, kept up his daily running streak for over 52 years. But when does a meaningful routine turn into an unhealthy obsession? For Tom Vickery, a triathlon coach from Cambridge, maintaining a streak on Strava has become second nature. In February last year, Vickery found himself sprinting abroad a ferry crossing the channel, determined not to break his nearly 4-year running streak. Rising at 5 a.m., he completed his daily run up and down the ship's deck, proving that some will go to great lengths to maintain their habits. The concept of a streak is simple: doing something daily without fail. It's a form of gamification, a method used to make mundane tasks more appealing. But while streaks can be motivating, they can also be consuming. Some people find themselves trapped by their own streaks. Whether it's sending a snap on Snapchat every day or completing lessons on a language learning app like Duolingo. For Vickery, his streak started during a challenging time in his life. His marriage was falling apart and running became his way to maintain control over one aspect of his life. What started as a 30-day goal turned into a 5-year routine that he kept up even though intense training, races, and personal upheavals. Psychologists warn that while streaks can promote resilience, they can also foster compulsive behaviors. The pressure to maintain the streak can overshadow the original benefits, turning it into a source of anxiety. Streakers may find themselves struggling to stop even when it no longer brings them joy or growth. Ultimately, streaks are tools meant to serve us, not control us. Whether a streak is beneficial or harmful often depends on how it fits into our lives. For some, like Polami Debnath, daily habits bring happiness and strengthen connections. For others, like Vikari, streaks provide a sense of accomplishment, but they also raise questions about balance. As Vikari continues his streak, he wonders if he will ever stop, admitting that the decision will only come if continuing becomes physically impossible. Until then, his run remains an essential part of his daily life, a reminder that for some, the streak is the goal and breaking it feels like failure. In an era where disinformation and powerful interest threaten the truth, independent journalism is more crucial than ever. We face challenges from all directions, but we have something powerful on our side, you. By supporting us, you can access unlimited articles in our app, ad-free reading on all your devices, exclusive weekly newsletters from our newsroom, fewer requests for support, full access to our Fist app, The Guardian, is funded by readers like you, and we are committed to publishing stories that matter. Please consider supporting us monthly. It takes less than a minute to set up, and your contribution makes a significant impact every month. That's all for now, viewers. Stay tuned for our next update. Thank you.